Yeah, I've got time.
Welcome to another transmission aboard the Morningstar Rejects. I'm your host, Lantern Nick, and this is the 20-Minute Gamer channel. Today we're jumping into a 3 or 4 part series called The Tactics of Darktide. That's right. So some tactics to help you survive just a little bit longer and function as a team a little bit better. They're in no specific order with the exception of our first topic. And these are also things that can be done without a mic. Even in communications, though a mic will help, I feel that it's not really a requirement since you can type your questions or needs in the chat box. Now, I also want you to understand that this is a project of love, and I recognize that not every mission played is this great experience, okay? Some of my statements and comments are probably going to be met with some rolled eyes due to the experience that we all have with randoms or pickup games, right? There are going to be players who we just don't jive with. There are going to be players who are crude. There are going to be players that are just out there for themselves. Maybe this isn't for them, right? But for those of you that are interested, I believe that if you do keep these topics in the back of your mind when playing, it should lead to a more comfortable experience. Once again, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe. I love talking in the comments, in the chat section. Love seeing messages from all of you. Obviously, I love seeing the likes and the subscribes as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The Tactics of Darktide. On your 6, Ted. I've got Swarm, thank you.
I do have another one.
We're going to start out with the most important. Coherency or teamwork. If all else fails, sticking together is going to lead to success better than any collection of the topics that we'll discuss. And I feel like this is the first topic maybe to even draw some of those sideways glances. You know, Nick, we know, stick together, you know. Okay, I hear you. You're thinking you're already doing it, but this really can't be overstated. Coherency is everyone's responsibility. Don't think it's not. There's a lot of comments I see on Discord, Facebook, threads on Reddit, and the forums saying snarky shit like, "You wandered off, I'm glad you died. Follow the team. I'm not going to resurrect this guy. He fell behind," you know, whatever. And in some aspects, I do agree when those statements are true. 100% of the time, yes, I'm with you. You need to stick with your team. But too often, it's the opposite, and your team should also help monitor the support that you're getting. This game is slowly building into, for some reason, and I don't know why, but it's slowly building into this, how quickly can we just beat the mission? I want experience. I want money.
Pushing up.
You're level 30.
Reloading.
What do you care about experience? Like, I understand you want the coin, but rushing through the mission is irrelevant. Like, why don't we check every corner? Why don't we check every crate? I mean, there are people who are playing this with me, and I'm seeing these randoms, and they're running off.
They got some bad guys over
and
here.
They're getting themselves caught. They're getting themselves caught by a trapper. They're getting themselves jumped on by a poxhound. I don't understand it. I've been left on my own in the back.
Thank you.
Because of a swarm that maybe hit our 6 o'clock, and the rest of the team has pushed forward, and in doing so, they've left a reject behind. Don't assume the lone fighter has got it,
You are way away
right?
from all of us, dude.
Now, it's not a popular opinion, and no, you're not a babysitter. I get that. But there's a really fine line between the players who have been legitimately left behind and those that have purposefully chosen to break ranks. Here's the thing, though. The game is designed to tear the team apart. You fight a small group. That small group leads to another small group. These fights pull the team deeper and deeper into the front lines, and the next thing you know, the team is broken. One person is fighting a massive horde in front. Two are rescuing a fourth who's been jumped by a poxhound, mutant, or a trapper. These small battles, they're breadcrumbs. They are distracting little breadcrumbs designed to tease you from engagement to the next, luring you into false confidence. Please don't fall into that trap. Control the battlefield with your teamwork. Don't let Nurgle manipulate your flow of combat. Slow down and move when the whole team is ready. There's nothing wrong with doubling back quick to help that 6 o'clock position out. When you think you're cleaned up, before moving on, maybe drop something in chat. Is everyone ready? Are you ready? All good. There's also nothing wrong with just hanging about, waiting for those nonverbal cues from your teammates. Let everyone tell everyone that they're ready. Give your team a chance to play a brief recovery operations in that pause. Let everyone reload their weapons. Let everyone go back to a Medicaid station. We have played missions where someone is 2 wounds deep already. There's a Medicaid station 100 feet behind the team, but we get stuck mentally in only needing to push forward. There's nothing wrong with doubling back to get that Medicaid station. There's nothing wrong with hanging back with your team, collecting yourselves together and moving forward as a team. Teamwork is the driving force in this game. We all know that. And it's easy to just ask the people getting left behind to catch up. I challenge all of you to just find that balance. Play a game, slow down, play a game slow, and find that balance that works for you on, all right, we're hanging around here too long. Hey, listen, moved on too quick. Work to find that balance, and I guarantee you're going to have a better gaming experience. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Am I talking out of my ass? Am I full of shit? Or maybe there's some honesty that needs to be had. Yeah, dude, hey, listen, man, these are great points. I rush all the time. Listen, hey, I rush every once in a while.
On your 6, Ted?
I try not to. It's easy to just want to rush. It's easy to want to go from fight to fight to fight. It's harder to work as a team.
Is that a sniper?
I'm sure that if you try to work as a team, you're going to have a better experience. But let me know what your thoughts are. All right. The next topic is another one that's a little challenging, but we are going to... We're going to kind of dumb it down a little bit. So what I've got here is a rough floor plan so that we can talk about it. It's going to be easier to try and work from this and use some overlays of veterans, poxwalkers, ragers, okay? It's going to be easier to go ahead and do that than to just jaw jab about what needs to be done. But this topic is going to be sectors of fire. All right, so we've got our room layout, and I'm going to go ahead and drop a couple of veterans on the scene right here. All right, so these 3 veterans, I know that it comes in a team of 4. All right, I get that, but I'm working with limited space here, okay? So for this particular demonstration, we're going to be rocking 3 veterans, okay? Now, the 3 veterans are all going to be assigned a sector of fire. We're going to go and drop that in right here. All right, so 3 veterans, 3 sectors of fire. These are their areas of priority of attack, okay? Veteran 1 is going to be facing this direction. Veteran 2 is going to be facing forward in this direction. And then Veteran 3 he's going to be facing the 6 o'clock. He's going to make sure that nobody gets jumped. He's going to make sure that nobody creeps up on your 6 o'clock there, okay? Now, what's going to happen is I've got a couple of poxwalkers. They're going to pop up on screen right about now. These poxwalkers are going to enter Veteran 1 and Veteran 2's sector of fire. Now, Veteran 2 is going to be the first one to engage. Veteran 2 is going to be the first one to engage because the poxwalkers are not necessarily going to advance into Veteran 1's overlap of Veteran 2's sector of fire. This is really important, everybody. Like, I know it seems like this is silly to go this far in depth, but when you have a horde coming in and you have 4 people engaging that horde at one time, it creates an unnecessary overlap of firepower headed toward the front. Your 6 o'clock is now no longer in check. You're going to have a mutant show up on your 6. You're going to have 7 or 8 poxwalkers show up on your 6, okay? When you've got 4 people facing forward, all it takes is those 6 or 8 poxwalkers to break the line. No one is paying attention to them coming in on the 6 o'clock. That is going to result in one of the 4 people facing forward to get hit. They're going to then be surrounded. They're going to feel surrounded. They're going to turn around and start to try and engage the poxwalkers on the 6 o'clock. That means now their position is now exposed. You may not have coverage on the right anymore. You may not have coverage on the left. You may not have coverage in the center. When your 6 o'clock is not being covered, when you don't take advantage of appropriate sectors of fire, the entire team will wind up suffering. The entire team will wind up suffering because all it takes is one person to break rank and panic and realize, hey, listen, I'm getting hit in the back. I need to break my contact. Then you've got someone who's now got corruption. They're going down. Now you've got to recover them. You're in the middle of a swarm and everyone's trying to be hardcore. Everyone's trying to be hardcore and they've got their melee weapons out now and everyone's chopping. No one's breaking contact. No one's peeling back. No one's trying to gain any sort of tactical advantage. You think that by not taking advantage of sectors of fire, that's fine. We'll get bum rushed. We're just going to chop them all down. But it isn't just poxwalkers that you are engaging. You're also engaging ragers, all right? Or dregs. There are other enemies on the scene that complicate not taking advantage of a sector of fire. I hope that you all have enjoyed my pseudo-animated presentation on sectors of fire and why I feel that they're so important in this game, especially when you have scabs, shotgunners, gunners. They really pack a punch, especially on the harder difficulties. I can't tell you how many times I have just been jaw-dropped on Malice difficulty. Level 3 difficulty, playing as a level 30, and the shotgunners, man, they take no prisoners. They are very, very OP, all right? These types of things can help your team survive, especially when you're playing on the harder difficulties and you know that you're going to be getting bum rushed at completely random times, okay? So please, coherency is key. Teamwork is key. Sectors of fire. I do strongly believe that sectors of fire can help your team perform better. Let me know what your thoughts are. Drop some comments down below. Let me know if you feel like this is relevant. I personally believe in this kind of stuff. I try to play this type of gameplay. I'm always watching R6. I am always calling out shots coming from the 6 o'clock as well. I try to make sure that my team never gets jumped by anybody, okay? I call out mutants, I call out poxhounds. When you hear that howl, when you hear that growl, I instantaneously start checking my 6 o'clock. I will not let my team get compromised. I don't care about how many enemies I've killed in that particular gameplay session. I care about making sure that myself and my team get out of here alive. So let me know what your thoughts are, please. Drop a comment down below. I hope that this has made sense to you. I've tried to kind of dumb it down and simplify it best I can. So if you have any questions, let me know. All right, so this is going to go ahead and conclude today's video. 2 topics that we talked about. Like I said, no particular order that we've talked about them. Coherency and teamwork obviously is a priority. If we all just stick together and play the game together and slow down and walk through the missions together, you're going to have a much better gaming experience. Sectors of Fire is a awesome tactic that you can start using now to help your team survive on those missions. And like I said, though, Sectors of Fire isn't going to work if you're all not working together as a team. So I will see you out there. Please, everybody, stay safe. You have a good one, Rejects. Nick out.